All right, everybody, I am back with a brand new DC update, and this will not be the only video I have going up today. Tonight we do have Ahsoka, the finale, but I will not be putting that video up until tomorrow because I do have my movie update, my movie and TV show update coming later today as well. And I also have the Continental episodes 1 and 2 review coming today too. And that will be a double review in one video. So you'll be able to see my review for both episode 1 and 2. And for people who are not familiar with that, that is the John Wick. It's basically a mini-series that's on Peacock. And the last episode for that mini-series will be airing this Thursday. So I've got lots of stuff coming up that I'm looking forward to reviewing and seeing. And I'm finally at the tail end of a bunch of projects that I'm working on, specifically my shooting cabinet, and also some data backup I've been doing on my Windows Plex media server. There's just lots of things I've been working on, and finally a lot of those things are coming to an end, so I will be able to focus more on this channel, which is good because there's lots of news coming out from DC specifically. So let's dig in and see the information that has been released. All right, so first up today, we have the news that the Batman 2 script has resumed. They're in the writing phase again, and it is still slated for an October 3rd, 2025 release. So 2 years from right now, and that is definitely coming. And we should also be hearing news on the Penguin TV show very soon as well, because we know they were at least filming it or done filming it before the strike hit. Hopefully it will be in post-production. I envision that will probably come out in about a year. My guess is about October of next year, so that it will be, they'll have a good gap between that and the film, because it does set up events for the Batman 2. So I am very much looking forward to the Penguin show. I thought Colin Farrell did a fantastic job. Pattinson did okay as Batman. I still would have never cast him in the role. There's got to be major growth in that character going forward, but I am still looking forward to seeing this. Now, I thought this was funny. This is satire. It says, exclusive, James Gunn confirms his Superman Legacy movie coming in 2025 will not be canon to the new DCU timeline. Only the character will be. I crack up when I see stuff like this, because this is the kind of nonsense that James Gunn likes to spew about the releases of some of the films and some of the characters. And we're going to see some more today, because it is getting quite ridiculous with the claims that he's making in regards to the DCU. Here's another one of those casting tidbits. It says, James Gunn on Vigilante in the DCU. Yes, Freddie Storma as Vigilante is still around. And people don't realize there was just a crazy bastardization of both Vigilante and Peacemaker from the comic books. And the thing is, people like to bash Zack Snyder for destroying Superman and Batman and all that stuff, but people don't realize Zack Snyder did not write those movies, whereas James Gunn is the one writing and directing these projects. And so he is in the middle of writing the Peacemaker Season 2, which we're going to talk more about here in a few minutes. But again, his characters are making it through, which is ridiculous. Now, I found this to be interesting, and this does back up claims that I've made in the past, that it says the DCEU's Black Adam film is the most watched film so far this year on the Max streaming service. Think about that for a minute. I told everybody the interest was coming back. The DCEU was strong. It was coming back. This was the beginning of what was going to be something awesome. We saw the return of Superman shortly thereafter, before they did a course correction and decided to go in a completely different direction. And again, this shows that the interest is there, because it's definitely not The Flash or any of these other movies, or, Shazam 2 that are the most watched. It is Black Adam. Now, I certainly hope this rumor is not true, but it says there are rumors, and this is a rumor, people. I am not claiming this is happening, so you can all calm down. There are rumors that Kurt Russell will play Jor-El in Superman Legacy. If these reports are true, what do you think of this casting? Could they get anybody who looked closer to Russell Crowe with hair? And here's the good news. Here's one thing I will say that's positive about Superman Legacy. Cornsweet, the guy playing Superman, is getting jacked. There are pictures of him out there where he is getting in shape for the film. He's not going to be a skinny twig like he's been in some of his other productions. He is beefing up, and he does look a lot like he looks a lot like Henry Cavill. And so I'm starting to question these choices that they're making when they could have just brought back the other cast. But whatever. This is where they plan on going with this. Now, this is James Gunn and his, he was supposed to be there. He's made claims that he's there to clarify everything by being on Twitter. But this came from Instagram. It says, a fan on Instagram asked him, how is this Peacemaker Season 2 gonna work, continuity-wise, considering Season 1 is smack dab in the DCEU? James Gunn's response is, you will see in the show. Wow, thanks for clarifying, James Gunn, because it's not going to make sense. Now, if you recognize they never showed Superman and they never showed Batman, and so you never saw them, so they could be anybody. But there are reports that Jason Momoa will be staying on as Aquaman and that we will still have Ezra Miller as the Flash, and those were the two people that they did show off there. So it seems to me that Gunn does not, I don't know. It's just the Gunn show. That's all we're looking forward to here is it's all about Gunn. Now, this is something that I found very interesting. This backs up statements that I've made in the past and claims that I've made. There was I can't remember what company it was, did a poll, and it said results. These are the results for the question of, should DC Studios' DCU have kept the DCEU's Trinity? Here's what you decided in our recent poll. It said, the debate surrounding DC Studios' DCU plans continue to rage, but do you think this new shared world should have Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, and Gal Gadot? Here's what you decided in our recent poll. Let's take a look at the results. These are astounding. Thousands of you chimed in, and a whopping 62.16% decided, yes, there's no way they should be recast. That's 62%, people. 27.66% went on to say, no way, it's time for a fresh start. That's crazy. That's not a very high number. That's almost a quarter of the people. And perhaps most troubling for James Gunn and Peter Safran, 10.18% said, who cares? I'm all DC'd out at this point. Meaning they're upset with what's happened and they want nothing to do with this. But a whopping 63% said, yes, they should keep them. It's more than 2 to 1. That's pretty crazy. Now, this I found to be absolutely ridiculous. More stuff coming from James Gunn. James Gunn says that certain actors from the old DCEU films will be the same in the new DCU, and old plot points will remain consistent. And this goes back to what I mentioned in my last video, that he said some of the plot points are going to carry over, but only the things that he likes, the only things that he wants. Probably stuff from his Suicide Squad movie, but nothing else. So who knows? Maybe it'll be Superman wakes up in the hospital after getting shot by the kryptonite bullet, and he's corn sweat. We'll find out. I don't know. We'll see what they're going to do shortly. The last photo I have for you here today is a still from the new Joker movie. So a new look at Joaquin Phoenix in the Joker film. He does not have the makeup on, so this is going to be, I don't know where this scene takes place, but it is an official still that was released earlier today. All right, so what do you guys think about all of this news? Stuff is going to be coming quick, and I will be covering all of the DCU news going forward, so stick to my channel. And again, I will remain neutral in my review of the films when they do finally get released, but I will not be afraid to talk about my criticism as James Gunn continues to make some of the ridiculous statements and decisions that he's made all along. And if the movie's good, I will absolutely tell you guys it is good. I do appreciate all of the support. We will see you on the next video.